I'm gonna title this "It's Time for Canelo and Charlo to Fight." And I've been thinking about it. I got Canelo uh, dominating Charlo. Charlo weak to the body, and I feel like Canelo is gonna get to that body. He's definitely gonna get to that body, and I feel like Canelo gonna beat Charlo body up. And I don't think Charlo is the biggest puncher that Canelo has fought. Being that Canelo had fought Triple G in his prime, Daddy Jacobs in his prime, hard hitting Sergey Kovalev, hard hitting James Kirkland. Um, I'm trying to think, just power, just straight power that I think hit harder than Charlo. I think those four definitely hit harder than Charlo. And yeah, I think those four are harder hitters than Charlo. And I actually think Triple G is a better boxer than Charlo. I think Triple G 5 years ago um, possibly stops Charlo. I definitely think Danny Jacobs beats the brakes off of Charlo. And Sergey Kovalev in his heyday, the one that Andre Wolf fought, definitely stops Charlo. Um, it's definitely going to be a good fight. Charlo is going to use the jab, but what I think a lot of people don't understand, they say Canelo doesn't have fast feet. What Canelo has educated feet. Canelo keeps himself planted perfectly to throw the maximum get the maximum leverage on his punches and being able to use the head movement and using the body to shift out of danger, catching punches, pivoting with the punches. He does a lot of stuff that he doesn't get credit for or defensively. Now, it's not the jab that Charlo needs. The jab shouldn't be your primary weapon. That's not going to work. He's going to step under that jab and hit your body. That's not. You should implement using the jab and loading up for that uppercut when let him run into the uppercut. You're not you're not gonna build unless you plan on throwing 1,000 jabs or something. You're not gonna beat him just jabbing and then throwing them wild hooks. He's gonna dip under that shit. Since he's a bigger puncher than the last two guys you fought, Dermachenko and Montiel, and both of them hurt you to the body. So yeah, I definitely see. Do I see Canelo stopping Charlo? Nah, Charlo too much of a warrior for that. Now, do I see all these excuses that a lot of Charlo fans making, saying that Charlo's mesmerized and um, too respectful and all that shit? Those are starting to be built-in excuses now. You've been asking for this fight. I don't want to hear that shit about uh, Charlo just has too much. I don't give a damn how much respect he has for Canelo. Canelo goes in the ring with a lot of respect for the fighters, and he still beats their ass. He's still going there to try to punish them. So that's a fucking lame excuse to give a person an out. I'm not doing that victim Olympic shit. You going there with Charlo? I mean, Charlo going there with Canelo, and your ass ain't on your A game. He going there and knock you out of something. Canelo, or he just beats the shit out of you. If he wins, he gets 100% credit for this. I don't give a fuck about nothing from 154. I don't give a fuck about nothing from 160. We talking about now. I'm not gonna keep going back talking about the past shit to discredit a motherfucker because then we can do that. We can talk about 2 years ago when Jamil turned the fight down. We could talk about for the last 3 years, Andrade been on Maul's ass. So I mean, we just gonna stop all that shit. So I feel like Canelo definitely taking this one. And do I think he should give Andrade a chance? Yeah, I would like to see Andrade fight. I mean, no, Canelo stops him. He doesn't have the chin of Charlo. Canelo definitely stops him. But I would say, I would love to see the fight. Do I want to see the David Benavidez? Nope, nope. I don't want to see that bullshit. I already know how that's gonna go. Canelo gonna go in there. He gonna hit him 5 or 6 times to the body, and then that's when David Benavidez gonna realize that he fucked up, and he gonna stop David Benavidez. It's gonna be ugly. He gonna break his little ass fragile body down, and then he gonna just, oh my god. Now I don't want to see that shit. I think it might be worse than the Kirkland knockout. So I definitely want to see the David Benavidez after he beat Charlo, and if he stay at 168 for one more fight, I think he should get Andre. Go ahead and wipe Andre out and let David Benavidez, since he only 25, come up. He'll come up in 2 years to 175. So we're not gonna worry about that. Canelo got some big fights at 175 because I keep hearing people like nobody at 168 right now, 160 or 154 beats Beterbiev Bivol or Bivol. Nobody from 154 to 168 right now can beat Beterbiev or Bivol. So if Canelo go up there and beats those boys, I don't want to hear the European fighters. What I need to do is see all our black fighters start doing the same shit he doing. Start going up wiping. Y'all staying in these weight classes 10, 12, 13 years. And y'all ain't fighting. Y'all ain't even getting the fights. So, I mean, hey. You know, I look at Canelo last 8 years and he done moved up a couple weight classes and he done cleaned to me 2 of them out. I mean, when he fight Charlo, when he fight Andrade, he's officially cleaned out 154, 160, and 168. Those 3 fucking weight classes. Floyd never did that. And he's been undisputed in one and going and trying to be undisputed in the second one. And possibly going up to be a cruiserweight champion. So I'm like, come on. Not only that, if Floyd come out of retirement and think he's gonna beat this Canelo, good luck. And if Floyd do come out of retirement, I'm hearing this, but I should probably make another video about that. But if Floyd do come out and Canelo beat him, Canelo gets 100% credit, and I put Canelo over Floyd. Simple as that. And as far as the clenbuterol shit that people keep talking about, I definitely 100% believe everything that Canelo said when he said that he actually ingested. I can see how that can happen because it didn't happen to black fighters that work down in Mexico. So yeah, and clenbuterol is not a steroid. It's not a PED. It's on the list, but it's not a PED. It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't make you faster. They use it down there in Mexico to lean out their cows. But I mean, if you've never been down there, of course you won't know that. And FYI, I've been down there quite a few times, and I'm from South Texas. So anyway, but oh, let me touch back on that just in case y'all know. I can't show you the name, but yeah, I actually work in the hospital. So let's get on the clenbuterol shit. We're gonna go ahead and did this. So Canelo says he accidentally ingested clenbuterol. Okay, now I'm with the people like, yeah, right, okay. But what the hair follicle test does and what it shows is one, if he was trying to cycle something else. If he was cycling, the hair follicles is going to show you that, because you're not going to be able to cycle whatever you use if you was trying to hide or mask it with clenbuterol out of your hair, the hair pores. And so that's normally why people would shave their hair or go bald, or shave it bald, so they wouldn't be able to give any hair samples. But anybody who knows this knows that you can't get rid of it out the hair. So the hair follicle test proved that Canelo wasn't cycling, and with the hair follicle test and the trace amount that was found in his system, it actually goes along with his story, because he didn't have a large amount. He actually had a small amount of clenbuterol, and people were saying it's because he was cycling. Well, the hair follicle test shows he wasn't cycling. He had a small amount of clenbuterol in his system because he wasn't dosing, dumbasses. You know how much beef he would have to be eating? But if you're in camp, you're not gonna be able to eat like that. Of course, you know that though, right? Y'all know that though. But when you're playing other sports like soccer and stuff like that, yeah, you can afford to have a big beef meal. You can't do that in boxing when you're cutting weight. So At the end of the day, I think Canelo's a clean fighter, and I hope this fight is definitely made nothing derail this fight. I'm not making no excuses for neither fighter. Let the best man win. My money's on Canelo, but if Maul pull it off, that's a fucking man. We're talking about something. Yeah, we're talking about something. Then I need to see Maul clean up Andrade, and then shit, hell, Maul will have a better record than Errol Spence. Just actually what it is. Actually, Maul will probably have, based on just the Canelo and Andrade win, it'll take some of these guys a couple years to have a better resume than Maul. Just those two wins is magnificent. The magnitude of those two wins is different. Like, we're talking about top 10 fighters that, yeah, if you can do that, yeah, Maul is it. I might even, shit, Maul go up there and maybe clean up Benavides and all them bums, and then go to 175, and hey, might be talking about Maul all time. You know what I'm saying? Great, you might have to put him up there with the Hagler. Shit, you know, this anything is possible. But all right,